We're being recorded. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight. Um, Again, unfortunately, COVID has taken us into hiding one last time here. So we are going to be having the same issues we had before around our hearing and privilege of the floor and things like that. So please bear with us as we get into our meeting today, but I did want to announce that next week we will be in person. Location to be announced, but we will be in person next week. Um, I'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, now we got to zoom my chair back up. Sorry. I lift my desk when I stand and then I lower it and gets all confusing. Again, we will not be having a hearing privilege of the floor, but again, if you have questions for the board, I would ask that you send an email into us and we will respond that way. If it's something that can wait for a week, you can bring it next week because we will be having an in-person hearing and privilege of the floor next week. Next, I will turn it over for superintendent's comments.
Thank you, Dave. So I believe that the meeting next week will be in the middle school auditorium that will allow you to park in the lot that would directly allow you to enter the auditorium. There'll be a door in and a door out, and we will be restricting everyone who's there to the auditorium that will assist us in cleaning. So basically you can come into and leave that space without having to go anywhere else in the school. So we anticipate being in the auditorium. We will have Amy Pedrick's presentation on the audit, and then we will also have a presentation by our architects about potential items for our next building project. I know that might come as a surprise to you, since if you've been over here, you see we're still finishing this building project. But as you know, our strategy has been to plan and have the next project ready to roll out, since it will take us about a year and a half to put it together, then to take it to our community, have the public vote on it, all of those kinds of things. So in the interest of time, we will start rolling again shortly. So you can expect both of those things. Also on October 5th, that next board meeting, we'll be asking you to take a look at the resolutions for the New York State School Boards Conference and have a discussion about them. I might suggest to you that you go through that packet of information that you've had for a bit and earmark those items that you feel must be discussed among the board. Perhaps there will be a few, perhaps more than a handful, but rather than focus your energies on things that you all might agree with, and Dave certainly should add to this, I might focus on the things that you don't feel as a board member you can live with, and that we can shape our discussion in that way. Finally, I sent you some enrollment figures on Friday, noting that the number of homeschoolers, so these would be students being instructed by their parents at home, has almost doubled this school year. I bring that up tonight because tomorrow is the day on which we have to start excluding students who are not immunized properly. And we may actually see a jump in those numbers. It's an interesting phenomenon to me. I would tell you that today I spent time with the other superintendents in our county on a call with the Schenectady County Public Health Service, trying to iron out some of the things that we appeared to have differing information about. As you know, the counties are functioning in different ways, not all exactly the same. A good deal of interpretation around the DOH guidance, the New York State DOH guidance. So that continues to be a pretty fluid situation. Just today, we had to update our letter that we send home when we send students home to reflect the fact that, and this has just been within the last 10 days, Schenectady County Public Health Service had determined about 10 days ago that the rapid antigen test, if it was negative, would be acceptable in terms of clearing a child or staff member of COVID. That changed again today, actually Friday. Now that can only be used as a clearance if it's followed by the PCR. And so our letter had to be changed again to reflect that, and also reflect some changes of what we're expecting from practitioners in the community. So this situation remains very, very fluid. If you are hearing folks in the community saying, you know, it doesn't seem that the district knows what they're doing, I would simply respond, the district responds every time they are given new guidance or recommendation or requirements by the New York State Department of Health, through Schenectady County Public Health Service. And we are anticipating more guidance from DOH at some point in the not too distant future. We've been waiting for a couple weeks now, but I'm told that's still coming. So yes, things are going to keep changing. That is the truth. And with that, I'm done. Dave, if you'd like to say anything else about your expectation for people and the NISBA resolutions, I'd ask you to do that now.
I would. I do not believe everybody has the resolutions. Does everybody have a document that says 2020 proposed resolutions? Not just position statements. This is the position statement, which were ones that were approved in the past that they look at to decide whether they wanted to continue or not when they become due. The document we're looking for is 2020 proposed. I'm trying to see. I can't share my screen because I got work things on it. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But I will make sure tomorrow we all get the new document, because I think, Susan, there was a mix up in some of the packages.
Oh, okay, Dave. I was going to say, I have it, and I thought I got mine when you folks all got yours.
Yeah, I don't think everybody did. So
okay,
maybe we can just have it sent out one last time so everybody has it.
Absolutely.
All right. And I just wanted to echo what Susan had said, that, you know, going through each and every one of these would be mind-boggling. If it's stuff that we agree upon, you know, really look at the ones that, if you have questions, definitely ask. But some of them I think are just so plain and ordinary. Like, I don't know if it's in there this year, but one year it was not letting the mayor outside of New York City determine the school budget. So, you know, things like that, you know, we're all in agreement with. So those kinds of things we can look at and just make your comments. So thanks, everybody. And, you know, I apologize that I had sent a note earlier thinking we could do it today, but once I heard that everybody didn't have it and we were without Dan and Hal, I didn't want to go forward with it. Susan, the only other thing I would want to bring up about this is to remind everybody that the conference is in October coming up.
Yes, this will be the board meeting where we will need to do this. The upcoming October 5th.
If our superintendent is done, then we will move on to the rest of our agenda. Pam, if you would like to make a statement with that, yeah.
No, I was just going to move the number 5.
Yep.
Okay. I move that we adopt the District Code of Conduct, elementary, middle school, and senior high school handbooks, and the parent and athletic agreement policy and procedures for 2020 2021, as changed this evening in the public hearing.
Correct. Any other questions on this? All in favor?
We need a second, Dave.
Oh, I thought I heard a voice, but I didn't.
I'll go ahead and second it.
Thank you, Dave. Linda can't second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? So moved. Thank you all. I'm going to shut my door. Sorry, had to shut my door, so I'm not hearing voices. Number 6, can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion. We approve the capital project for 2020, 2021, not to exceed $100,000 to replace exterior doors at the high school.
I'll second.
Thank you, Kim. Any questions on this? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. There are 5 of us here, right, tonight? Yes. So we have quorum. I should have checked that. Next is to review and adopt the resolution determining the proposed action. Can I get a motion?
I'll motion to adopt the resolution to approve the resolution determining the proposed action is a type 2 action for purpose of the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act for building improvements for said school district.
I'll second that.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Kim. Any questions on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? So moved. Thank you. Next is a generous donation.
I'll move
Can I
to
get a
accept the
motion?
gift and donation of $440 from an anonymous donor to purchase books related to diversity.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. Thank you. Next is the sale of 3 sets of bleachers.
A motion to approve the sale of 3 sets of bleachers from the Scotia Glenville girls varsity softball field.
A second, please.
I'll second.
Thanks, Pam. Any questions on this? All in,
Who brokered this deal and how do these items come up for availability?
We have new bleachers coming for the girls softball field, which means we would have taken these and disposed of them, maybe at our annual garage sale or some other way. Meantime, the local girls softball league, which is being led by Jamie Regal and Matt Leon, had a conversation with us about that, and we came to the conclusion that if we were to sell them to them for $1, it would be in our best interest and be helpful to them. The bleachers are certainly usable, but we would not have held on to them once our new bleachers arrived. Drew, would you add anything?
Perfectly said. I did broker the deal.
And it was Drew. He wants you to know it was Drew, but no commission.
all of a penny. Rick, is that what you were asking? Any other questions? All in favor?
Hang on. Rick's
Oh.
trying to talk, but he's muted.
Oh, Rick, go ahead. Sorry. Apology.
No, I just was following up that I see that we're going to deliver them. No, this is very generous of us. Okay, I see. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, good question.
Rick, the
All
other
in
thing you
favor?
might,
Oh,
the other thing you might want to know is that we can't give public property away. That's why we're charging $1, because we have to charge something by law.
something.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. I think it's got to be $1 or more. So. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? Passed. Communication.
I'll move communications A through D and staffing 1 through 19 and the placement of students with disabilities. And I would like to draw attention to communications B, that Carol Quantock is retiring at the end of the year. And I'd like the minutes to reflect that we gave a special thank you to her for her service.
Well,
How
actually, on
long
that
did-
topic, Susan, is there any way to stay the retirement?
No. No, there's not. Carol is working to be enrolled in a program that you have to be selected for through Cornell Cooperative Extension to be a master gardener.
Wow.
So I had to give her a reference today for Cornell. I was very heartbroken, but I told the truth about her. And I told her I told the truth. But no, she's ready to do other things. Her husband retired almost 2 years ago, I think. So Carol's a woman of many interests. She's on to something new.
She sure is. I remember when she gave us those books that year. I'd also like to bring attention to number 15, which is worded, I believe, incorrectly.
Yeah, I had a question about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, besides the wording, I'd just like to maybe chat about that one.
Give me 1 minute, Dave. You get a second?
Dave, before you get the second, let me withdraw number 15 so we can discuss it later.
Okay, Pam. Can I get a second withdrawing number 15?
I'll second that.
Thanks, Dave. Okay, now we can do questions, and let me remind everyone that we cannot ask specifics about this without going into exec. But if you have a question about the wording of this, we can definitely do that.
I'd like to, exec, actually.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we should do exec.
At the end, okay. I just would like the wording of this to be corrected as well. Employment is employment. Not sure what that is, so. Any questions on the rest of the documents?
Nope.
Rest of the document?
Yeah,
The rest of staffing and communication.
staffing, communication, and our
Placements.
placements piece. And I remind folks to either destroy them or bring them in on Monday. We'll have them destroyed. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? So moved.
Dave, could you repeat who the second was for Bobby, please?
Dave,
Thank you.
again, there'll be no hearing and privilege of the floor tonight. Is there any new business that anyone would like to bring up? Okay. And I heard, Dave, you like a motion to go into exec for personnel?
Yes, sir.
Can I get a
Second.
I'll second.
Okay. I don't know how we're going to do this. So,
That's why we have Karen.
yeah. Karen, are you able to
I am.
put
I
us
will
into
get everyone
executive?
else out of the meeting. So
Yep, I
once
just
you
need a
have,
minute.
have
So I'm
it.
going to stop recording so we can go into executive.
Karen, do we know that everybody else is out?